Alright guys, so this is the bike. It's a 1983 Yamaha XJ650. I've got about 26,000 miles on the bike. Had it for a few weeks now and put about 350 miles on it myself. So I'll kind of go over some of the pros and cons that I found with the bike, some of my things I like, some of the things I don't. And we'll get riding here. So first off, it's obviously an older bike, so I can't be too hard on it. It's definitely got some miles on it, and it's definitely got some signs of wear. So I guess first off, I'll just start by saying what I do like about it. I do find it to be a very comfortable bike. It's got a good seating position. I think the handlebars are in a good spot, and I think it's a very mellow bike. I think it would be good for any new riders, people looking to get into it, or just somebody looking to add a an inexpensive cruiser to their collection. I've been getting great gas mileage with it, about 45 to 50 miles to the gallon, how I've been riding, and I haven't been babying it, but I haven't been really revving it out too much, just because I don't want any problems and I don't want to break anything on it with it being older. I've taken it up into the mountains, actually those mountains right there you see in the distance, and I've gone on a 160 mile trip, and I've gone on a 120 mile trip yesterday. And yeah, it's been good. I haven't had any issues mechanically with it. It's been running solid. Even at altitude, I've gone all the way up to over 10,000 feet, and it was running fine. I didn't have any issues at all. It's 4-cylinder, 4-carb, and it's shaft driven, so that's a nice little plus. My first shaft driven bike. And yeah, I guess, in my opinion, I'd say I find it very comfortable, very mellow. Definitely not going to win many races in it, and but overall, I think it'll be a good, reliable bike for anybody out there looking for one. I think for the money, you can get them for pretty good deals. I got this, picked it up a couple weeks ago, and had brand new tires put on it, and I was able to walk away with it and a helmet included for $1,000. So I think if you can find them that cheap, jump on them. I would say even this, I think I would be comfortable spending under $2 on it. And yeah, even if you find one at 15, I'd still jump on it. And obviously it depends on condition, location, and miles, but I think they're cool. It's my first cruiser, so I'm definitely enjoying the seat position, and it is nicer to go a little bit slower and enjoy some of the scenery. The highway pegs are great. Throw those on if you're going to be doing any type of distance riding. Definitely comfortable feature. I guess we'll jump into some of the cons. Only had 2 issues with the bike so far. Actually, I guess 3. One, I think, is just more of a overall flaw of the bike, maybe the design itself. And I have several times gotten a bit of wobble, where the bars you get the shake. I have gotten that several times. Granted, the only times I did get it was when I had one hand off and was kind of just lightly holding on with the other. you know, going around turns, so I can't beat up on the bike too much for that. But that's something I never had happen to me on any of the street bikes. Granted, those do have stabilizers in place. As far as the other cons go, I don't know if you guys can tell, the blinkers aren't working. So I had this issue one other time when I was riding, when they didn't work. I just kind of followed the cable, jiggled it around, and that seemed to fix the issue. But I just noticed it. I actually checked them before I went riding, and they were working. So somewhere in between they stopped. So I don't know, I think I just have a loose connection, so I'll have to kind of pull it apart and mess with it some more. So that's not the end of the world. I know they work. And then the only other thing is, when the first time I tried using the bar lock, the key didn't want to go all the way. So I thought, oh, you know what, I'm not going to force it. I don't know what the deal is. And I parked the bike out in public and left it. So I was like, you know, let me try again. Tried it, and it worked. It felt a little bit weird going in, and went back to check the bike, whatever, a day or two later, and it wouldn't start. Battery was stone dead. Didn't even get the neutral light on, and I was like, oh, that's not good. Had to push the bike back, checked all the fuses and everything. Everything was good. Checked all the connections, they were good. Put a multimeter on the battery, and I was at like a half a volt. So I was like, wow. So threw it on a trickle charger overnight, and it was good to go. I've checked the battery since without it being on a charger, and it's been over 12 volts. And I haven't had it on the charger in quite a few days, and I've started it numerous times, and it's been good to go. So I don't know if this bike has it. I was talking to another buddy that had the same issue on his bike, later model bike, and I guess there are parking lights where if you turn the key too much, they'll come on, and they're very dim, so it's hard to see them in daylight. So I think that might have been what I did. Maybe I put it into that setting where there was lights still on, didn't realize it, and that would make sense for draining the battery. So, I mean, other than that, I mean, that's, then again, for a bike that's almost 40 years old, I mean, that's pretty much nothing for me to have complaints. As far as the stability goes, that might just be most cruisers. I don't know. I've never really driven cruisers before, so I guess you guys can let me know if you guys have any of those same issues on your bikes. And then the electrical, that's no biggie. If all that was I was a dummy and left the lights on, that's no problem. And I haven't had any problems with the battery since, and I hadn't had any prior to that. So I think that's all that was. Some people might like the seat on this. Some people think it's goofy. I kind of like it. I think it kind of has character.